A new trend in education gaining steam as the Bay Area schools are mostly blocked from in-person instruction. They're called pandemic pods. Aditi Roy joins us now to explain. Aditi?
Hi, Kelly. A lot of parents are scrambling to figure out alternatives to virtual education, especially after Governor Gavin Newsom's announcement Friday that most schools in the state will not be allowed to open for in-person learning unless they meet strict criteria. Pandemic pods are one way parents are finding an in-person solution. They're clusters of about 3 to 6 kids led by a private tutor to provide that in-person instruction. The teachers are often parents themselves who are homeschooling their kids, or ones who are seeking in-person learning, or teachers who have lost their jobs. One local company tells me a full-time certified teacher costs about $50 an hour per child, plus $5 an hour for each additional child. That's in the Bay Area. And that brings up a lot of social justice questions, like whether that will lead to an exodus of higher income students leaving public schools. The owner of Bay Area-based Modulo, which helps parents set up pandemic pods, tells me there are ways to set up these pods more affordably. For instance, like having parents swap days where they're watching each other's kids. But still, a lot of people are concerned that this will only further widen the achievement gap between lower and higher income students. Kelly?
So how much demand are you seeing already for these kinds of setups?
Yeah. Especially over this weekend after the governor's announcement, there's been just a flurry of demand. Just over the weekend, there's one Facebook site dedicated to this topic that garnered more than thousands and thousands of followers. I think they're up to about 10,000 so far. Even on my own parents' site, WhatsApp site, people are really talking about it as a possible solution.
And what about safety? Because, I mean, we're still talking about, you know, people from different families who are going to be interacting, even if it's on a much smaller scale.
Sure. And that's a really interesting point. A lot of people are worried that this may also lead to unsafe conditions. I mean, on one hand, you have stable groups, which is inherently one thing that is safer. But on the other hand, though, you do have more an intimate setting. So things like wearing masks or socially distancing, those have a tendency to relax a little bit more with those smaller groups. So it's really up to the teachers and the parents to do the policing.
Yeah, exactly. But it does seem like it would be really bad for people who can't afford this option. Aditi, thanks.